Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and today I want to chat with you guys a little bit about exercise selection for novice lifters and understanding why this turns into a controversial topic. And a lot of it has to do with the fact that a lot of people, number one, don't accept and understand that they're novice lifters. And then you have other people who are some coaches and trainers and things who worry about people using bad form and compensatory strength and things like that because some novice lifters are just basically ego lifting. When the reality is, again, for novice lifters who are at least doing core work and stuff like that, unless their form is pretty egregious, them loading up and focusing on improving their lifts every single week actually isn't the problem that people make it out to be. It really isn't. It's been way overhyped. And again, assuming they're not ego lifting, assuming they can follow basic form and they're not doing goofy stuff just to lift more weight. If they're focusing on using even remotely decent form, this becomes a non-issue because most of them are not going to have overuse injuries. They don't have high enough workloads, things like that, for it to become the real issue that a lot of people make it out to be. Again, their form has to be pretty bad. And it's not to say that a lot of young men don't have really bad form that's bad enough to cause this, but at a certain threshold, you can't give the majority of people advice because of a few idiots out there. You just can't. You can't base your advice to the masses upon the fact that some guys are going to potato press their bench and bounce it off their chest and lift their butt up in the air. Or that some people are going to do quarter squats. Or that some people are going to deadlift with completely cat-backed. Right? You can't base your recommendations for most people off the fact that there are a few people who are just too stupid to know any better. Right? We can't do that. I mean, that's how natural selection happens. Just let it happen. So, over to the point. Novice lifters generally need to focus upon the exercises that recruit the most muscles possible. They don't need to be worried about what's the best exercise for this muscle, what's the good exercise, what's a great exercise, because a lot of these things that they see a lot of more advanced lifters do don't matter. Advanced lifters, we actually do really step in and put some thought into, man, I need to really think about this joint angle specificity and which heads of the tricep are giving the most activation on this form of JM press variation. Right? We need to think of those things. We have to think in terms of supplemental lifts. Novice lifters have to think in terms of how much total workload can I get in and recover from, right? Novice lifters aren't that strong. That's another prerequisite for a novice lifter. If you're a healthy young man and you're doing work sets with 185 on the squat, trust me, you're not strong enough to worry about most of these things that we worry about with workload and recovery. These are non-issues for you. They really are. They really are. And yes, you're a novice lifter. If you're a man lifting those numbers, if you're a woman hitting that, you're not. But as a healthy young man, you are. And you need to be thinking like a novice at that point. And this is why there's the confusion. Because training minimalism, which is what we're promoting here, works great for novices. And it doesn't matter how many people say, training minimalism gives minimal results. Well, not if you have progressive overload and you're doing 12 sets of each of those exercises every week. It doesn't. It doesn't give minimal results. It gives better gains than advanced lifters will ever dream of making until they go on their first gear cycle. It would give minimal results to an advanced lifter, right? But the majority of people even out here listening on YouTube are not advanced lifters. I have a fair number on my channel. Most channels don't have any. Most of the people putting out information have at most 1% of their following are advanced lifters. So while that statement would hold true for them, it doesn't matter to the novice. Novice needs to be focused on the biggest exercises. They want to you need to get the most bang for your buck out of every set you do in the gym. Why? Because you just can't generate much workload, and you have to generate a ton of workload and progression because you have new gains to make. Let me explain what I mean the difference. Why in the world would a novice do a front squat instead of a back squat? I don't care if the front squat's a great exercise. Does the front squat use as many total muscles as the back squat does? No, it does not. Can the front squat, therefore, elicit the same amount of total muscle growth that the back squat can? No, it cannot. It can't. It is not physically capable of it. It's a smaller exercise. People say, but it's hard. It's a really difficult exercise. Yes, it is. In fact, it's got a degree of technical difficulty that might make it hard for the novice to progress on it as well as a back squat. That's not helpful. They'll say, well, a lot of champion athletes use it and need it for their training. That's true. There's a lot of elite athletes who need to use front squats, particularly for weightlifting and things like that. I agree. Certain types of grapplers can really benefit from it too. Those are all elite athletes. Therefore, they're oftentimes advanced by their very definition. They're not novice lifters. Novice lifter would actually get more out of doing a back squat. Easier to learn, less reliant upon their hands being able to handle it, and mobility in their shoulders and wrists. It's less technical, and the back squat's technical enough. And they can move bigger weight with more muscles involved. That's a superior exercise for them. So one example, how about bench press versus the incline bench? Does it mean the incline's not a great exercise? No, the incline's a fantastic exercise. State that again. The incline bench is a fantastic exercise. Does it work as much total muscle as the flat bench does? A correctly performed flat bench? No. No, it doesn't. Does it, when performed incorrectly, have an even higher degree of risk potential for the shoulder joint? In some cases, yeah. Right? I would never put a novice on an incline bench. I think they need to learn how to flat bench correctly, because the flat bench is already risky enough done incorrectly. The incline carries an even greater risk if they can't learn how to get into a correct bench position in terms of shoulder health risk. So less muscle growth and a slightly higher chance of injury for them, but the main thing is less total muscles being worked, less muscle growth. They get less out of every set. Novices struggle to generate enough workload to grow effectively. They don't have time for exercises that don't work as many muscles as possible that they can progress on. Right, that's a problem. It doesn't mean the incline bench isn't a phenomenal lift. It doesn't mean that the incline bench for some advanced lifters can't be a bread and butter exercise. It can be, and it is. Novices will get more out of a flat bench. It's just a better exercise for their goals. Better exercise for their goals and needs. Same thing, novice lifter, a lat pull down versus a pull up or a chin up. I'm not saying a lat pull down is not a good exercise. It doesn't bring as much total muscle activation through the body as a pull up or a chin up. But a seated cable row versus a barbell row. Not saying a seated cable row can't induce some good fatigue. Not saying it can't be a good exercise. It can be. Absolutely can be. Sure it can. Novice lifter's going to get more muscle growth out of doing a barbell row. More muscles are involved. The novice lifter has weaklings to his whole body. His whole body's weak. You have to do the exercises that are going to work the most muscles possible. And if you have recovery left for other stuff, that means you didn't do enough work. And that kind of comes over to my other point. Novice lifters are like, well, I want to do these smaller exercises. I want to do this and I want to do that. It's like, okay, that's fine. I'm not telling you not to do them. But if you have a lot of energy left and work capacity left to do a bunch of small exercises, I'm not saying you can't do one or two if you think they're fun or you think they're beneficial. If you really want to do some curls, do some curls. You really want to do some lateral raises, do some lateral raises. It's not the end of the world. Probably not going to hurt you. You need to question how many sets of those you're doing as a novice lifter, because if you got a bunch of energy left for that, you could have done a lot more chin-ups. You could have done a lot more rows. You could have done more squatting. You could have made more real gains if you have that much energy and recovery left. And of course they'll say, but what about all you advanced guys? You guys do all that stuff. We do. We do those things. I do those things. Why? Because I'm hitting my recovery limits on my big lifts. All right. I put a lot of effort into even being able to have the work capacity and recovery to do what I do. Advanced lifters have a higher threshold and a threshold that they have to hit on certain muscles to make them grow on our lagging body parts. And if our system-wide recovery is shot because we push our 100% of our limits, we have to do something small and easy for them. But your tonnages every week are sometimes a tenth of what ours are. They're insignificant. You need to work on getting those up before you worry about the smaller stuff. All right, guys, so that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.